Please allow me to take you into a journey. We are going to talk about sustainability. I think a lot of people do not really understand what sustainability is. So open your mind and don't be shocked. First of all, what is RGI? How this does work? It probably this direction. Okay, Renewables Grid Initiative is an association which was set up in 2009, brings together transmission system operators and environmental NGOs. They came together because the TSOs want to build grids without delay, and the NGO community want actually a future that is based on 100% renewables. And suddenly they realized that renewables can only be scaled up with the right infrastructure in place. So that's the base of RGI. And this is a unique collaboration of these two groups. It is now more than 7 years old, so we are almost out of our infancies. Now, what are the pillars of the energy transition? Today there have been a lot of discussion about security of supply. There has been also some discussion about the economic components, the competitiveness aspect, but almost no one talked about sustainability. Many of you think sustainability as CO2 reductions. The reality is that sustainability is much more than that. And if you understand what sustainability is, this will help you to be competitive and also to reach security. And not just security of supply, but the broad concept of security, where security of supply is only a minor element important, but the broad security is much more important. So sustainability is the ability to sustain. It is defined as the property of biological systems to remain diverse and productive indefinitely. So sustainability actually covers not only the environment, but society at large and the economy. And when you combine these together, you make it bearable for those who are involved in that, you make it fair and equitable, and you make it viable from an environmental and an economic point of view, then you have sustainability. And if you do that, as I said, sustainability becomes an engine of growth and security. Yesterday, Peter, before dinner, mentioned we live in dangerous times, so we give for granted peace and order, but actually, we shouldn't. And I'm very glad to be here today because regional cooperation should also include a deep understanding that through regional cooperation you can increase trust in regions, so that you stop thinking of being dependent from imports or someone else's generation assets, to be interdependent and look for energy security at the regional level and not at national level. So power grids, I consider them to be bridges. They unite communities, they unite countries, they connect mentalities and cultures. They also shape the future. And if you think grids like bridges, you can indeed contribute at developing a future that is much more positive than what we are seeing today. And by doing that, you can also use grids to develop green corridors or have positive impacts on the environment. You can work together with civil societies and citizens to deliver better projects. And you can have joint projects at regional level We have this here, testing better practices. This is a project that we run. And I advise you to look at where we had 4 pilot projects in different countries. And essentially, if you manage to do all of this, then you can also get public support. We have seen the TSOs across Europe, but actually across the world, being unable to build anything because of public opposition. So it's not the question, how do we get new laws in place to make the people be quiet, but rather, how do you involve them so that they become our partners and our allies in building this? And of course, sustainability is a big concept. We cannot cover it in 5 minutes, but next week, luckily, we have our 6th European Grid Conference in Brussels, where we only focus on sustainability and power grids. And we will look in particular on how grid investment can have a social dimension, how the economic benefit be realized for communities that are affected. So we should avoid to have always few winners and a lot of losers. And how can biodiversity benefit from these power lines? With this, I finish. Thank you very much. And please think about energy security from a regional point of view if you can not yet dare to think from a European point of view. Thank you.